question is, what best explains reality? What best explains reality? The book of the Muslims, the Quran, or the portable atheist? Which makes more sense of reality? Let's look at reality. The first thing about reality, we exist. We can't prove that, but we know that we exist. We exist in a universe that is complex, that is amazing. If you look at one cell, just one cell, it has more information in one cell.
Okay, so we're doing the whole DNA and cell argument again, which really just goes to special pleading a little bit. A little bit of argument from ignorance because you don't understand how DNA coding works. You just think, oh, that's a lot of coding there. It's so specific and it's all different on each person, therefore it has to be creator. Not really. I'm not. First, let me say, Essence of Thought already made a video about this, so feel free to check his out. There were some things he said on his video that he had some pretty cool points. While watching the video, I was thinking other things. But I was like, yeah, he's got a point too. But I was thinking this. So let me first say that once again, it's a thing that theists, well, I wouldn't say theists, but it's a thing that people do a lot of times in arguments. Um, they like to straw man positions. You know, once you realize how many times you see this, it's like it's almost a part of every argument, almost, and it becomes frustrating because it's like you're not really representing my position. As I'm watching this video, there's not a single time I'm thinking, "Oh, that applies to me." That what you just did was you created a straw man. If you are misinterpreting someone else's position, you're speaking to atheists, right? Well, by definition, you can call me an atheist. I'm not going to call myself an atheist because you have a different definition than everyone else's. I don't like labels. However, by your definition, I'm an atheist. So let's just go ahead and say that's just a lack of belief. That's it. There's nothing else underneath that definition. It's a noun. Also, it's not a verb, by the way. So you used this book by Christopher Hitchens. Um, I think it's a pretty good book. This is not a Bible. This is not a Quran. This is just a book to get a different perspective on things. You know, it's more so just a book to say, hey, this is some stuff that goes through my head. I'm not telling you what to think, but go ahead and check out what I think. This is pretty much what this book is saying to you. Check out what I have to think. Um, your book tells you what to think, not how to think. Yeah. Your book just pretty much also likes to say that it's scientific when in actuality it's really not. Um, yeah, I'm sorry, but the sun is a star. It's not a planet. You know what I'm talking about. It said it several times in your book. Um, yeah, let me get to the valid points of this video before I get off topic, though.
Then all of the books in the British Library, and that's one cell of a human body. Do you know how many cells there are in a human body? Not billions, sir, trillions.
A couple?
Trillions.
A lot?
All that information.
A
Now,
lot?
if you walk
That's what I
around the
would've said.
speaker's corner and you see the words, Jason was here, you will automatically think these words have come from an intelligent being who has written.
Why? Why does it have to be an intelligent being? Why does it have to be anything? Why? Why? Your answer is because there's no other answer to it. What you've just done you made a special pleading and pretty much an argument from personal incredulity. You don't understand it, therefore you want to label it as this big mystery. And if anything's a mystery to you, I'm just going to say you, not theists, because I'm representing your position. See what I did there? I didn't straw man you. I'm representing you right now. What you are doing is, since you don't really understand the value of this mystery, you have to insert an intelligent being. And with that mindset, we would not have gotten this far as a society. Um, yeah.
Them down. You will not say the wind blew, some sticks randomly formed into these letters. No. You would say someone wrote these. There's intelligence behind that.
Why?
That's just one human cell. This vast, complex universe that we live in, with all of its laws, physical laws, chemical laws.
Speaking of laws, there happen to be a specific law that says matter cannot be created or destroyed. You just said you have a creator. See what I did there?
Those biological laws, this amazing universe, the sun and the earth and the distance, how it's so right to permit life. You would never say something like this ladder that I'm standing on right now, that this can form together by chance.
Of course I wouldn't say that, because that's just fucking stupid. We actually can see how ladders can be made. We can actually go Google fucking search, hey, how do you make a ladder? What tools do I need to make this ladder? You can visually see the fucking ladder, the little speculations of the note, the little, what you call them, little, screws and stuff inside the ladder. You can see the parts to put this stuff together, and you can Google search it, say, hey, I want this part, let me put that together on this ladder. You can visually see it, you can process it, you can test it to see if it's going to work over and over again. You can take it apart, put it together. You can say, hey, it keeps working, therefore this is a ladder. Boom. What can we say for your Sky Daddy? We can't test any of that. Better test is the theory of gravity, of course. Of course, yes, gravity is a theory, just like evolution. The theory of gravity. If I stand on a scale, the scale is going to give me an amount of weight at which the force of gravity is pushing me down, or the pull that I'm getting to the earth. That will equal up to about, 100 something pounds, right? That's the pull. I can step off the fucking scale, step on it, see if I can get the same result. Step off, step on. Do this about 30 times. If I keep getting up to like 130 pounds or however much I weigh, I can test that over and over and over and over again to see if this works. That is a theory. If I say, hey, let me test something else out. Let me ask God or Allah or Yahweh to change my size. Let's see if he can change my weight by asking him. Better yet, I'm going to read all of his holy books and completely devote my life to him. And then I'm going to step on the scale and see if anything changes. Nothing will change. You can't test it. You can't physically test it. I'm going to step on the fucking scale. I'm going to still be 130 pounds. I'm going to step off. I'm going to still be 130 pounds. He won't be able to change my weight. So you cannot test your God. And this is one of the reasons where we say you can't test him. There's no proof. That's what we mean by that. You can't test it. Scientists would love probably for there to be a God. Hell, that would make their jobs a lot easier, because we can say, hey God, how the fuck did you do this? Oh, I did this and this and this. Check this out, I did this. And they would say, thanks God, you're awesome. No, that's unfortunate that we can't do that. That would be awesome. But we can't. Therefore, scientists rule it out most of the time.
You would never believe that. So how can this magnificent universe, with all of its processes of evolution and water cycle and all of the other laws that we have in nature, how can this come together by chance? That's the first reality, that we live in a designed universe. What
Why?
best explains it? That there is a creator, Allah.
Why?
Like this, there's nothing like this creator, or that it came together by chance. That's the first reality. The second reality, we are humans.
I'm not sure why you're holding up this book talking about. This is not a biology book, sir. This is not a physics book. This is just a book giving someone's thoughts. Christopher Hitchens was not a fucking astrophysicist. If you want a better interpretation, maybe you should have, picked up maybe a book by Lawrence Krauss or something. That still doesn't say that this classifies atheism, but you would have had a better shot because, hey, Lawrence Krauss actually knows a lot about physics. Hell, even Richard Dawkins, but he's a biologist, and Richard Dawkins doesn't really sit that well with me most of the time because he's kind of like, I don't know, I just don't really care for him that much. He was okay when I first started off, and I was like, he could have said some stuff that he didn't say, and frustrated me. But point is, you're using this book to make it seem like this is our holy book. You're really, really creating a huge misconception to some people that don't know shit about atheism. They're gonna think that this is some sort of Bible now, when it's not. You're holding up a Bible and you're holding up a fucking just a basic literature book. This is a basic literature book. You could, yeah.
Beings searching for a purpose of life. What is the goal of life? One book says the goal of life is to worship that creator that created us. And the other book says there is no purpose to life objectively. You choose. Third thing, we know as human beings that we have morals. And these morals are not taught by society. Some
Morals are not taught by society. The moral argument again. I just did a video like 10 minutes ago or whatever about this. Morals is exactly what the fuck is taught by society. What you meant to say was empathy. Do you not know what the fuck morals are? Morals are exactly what are taught. It's a passed down thing from generation to generation to say this is what our moral code for this culture. Certain countries have different moral codes. Certain ethnic groups have different moral codes. That's how it works in our world. That is taught by society. Empathy is what's not taught by society. You are given empathy based off of your own personal worldview. If you were brought up as a kid and your parents told you it's moral to go around slapping old ladies in the back of the head when they sneeze and it'll help them, you would do it every time your old lady sneezed because you thought it was moral. Your empathy at some point would say, you know what, I think me slapping this old lady in the back of the head is not a good idea. I should probably stop doing this. This is probably gonna kill this bitch.
in the world, they may claim morality is purely made up of human consensus, what we agree about. But the reality is this, we know, even if everybody in the world said murder is right, we know that murder is wrong.
Why the fuck would everyone do that? See, this is what I don't understand when this whole when the argument of morals come up, it becomes so stupid. It becomes, well, if it was moral to kill someone, would you do it? Why the fuck does everyone like to throw that out there? No, we're not gonna go around killing people. Why would a society want to do that? Why? There's never been any point in history where society decided morally that it's okay to go around just killing everybody on your free will. Hey, what'd you do today, Paul? I went out and slaughtered a bunch of fucking people, killed 12 teenagers. I butt fucked a baby. I stabbed a fucking 32-year-old, transsexual lady in the mouth. It was awesome. Blood's everywhere. Who? Why? Why? Why is that always on your guys' pedestal for morality? No, that's not right. Why is this argument being brought up again? No, just no.
We have these objective morals. Can these objective morals be explained by atheism?
It's a lack of belief. This video is gonna be long. I'm probably gonna have to skip some of the parts. But man, it's a lack of belief. That's it. That's all there is. Lack of belief. It doesn't explain shit. Atheism doesn't tell you doesn't tell you what to think. It doesn't even tell you how to think, really. It's just saying, hey, do you lack the belief in this? Yeah, then you're an atheist. Hey, do you lack the belief in fairies? Yeah, then you're a fairyist. That sounds stupid, but that's pretty much what you are. Hey, do you lack the belief in Odin? Yeah, then you're a what's the fuck? It's Norse god, I think. I think that's a part of the Norse god. Correct me if I'm wrong. Then you're a North goddess, whatever. You see what I'm getting at? You lack the belief in it. You don't practice it. You just lack it. You don't go around telling people I'm a Hinduist. I'm a fucking Xboxist because I like PlayStation. No, you just don't want to do that. You don't participate in that. Where the fuck do you guys get this nonsense from that it teaches you something? Fuck.
Product of a lengthy evolutionary process which began by nothing, which doesn't have anyone controlling it. All that, we were created with these morals. These were instilled into us by the Creator. That is the thing about morality. Now, that's number 3. Number 4, we are conscious beings. We know there's more to us than just carbon. We know that we have third-person subjective experiences. Can you explain this? Can you explain this through atheism? Can you explain?
I already explained to you, sir. It doesn't explain shit. You can say, hey, does atheism explain, how to tie your shoe? No. Does it explain how to cough? No. Does it explain how to take a shit? No. It doesn't explain shit. It doesn't explain shit. Hell, if it was a book of how to be an atheist, it would be blank pages. It'd be a fucking cover. Then it'd be a description that says lack of belief, and it would be blank pages. That's it. 200 pages of blank.
Of consciousness through atheism? No. Through atheism, all we are is carbon plus time plus carbon plus time. That's all we are.
That made no fucking
sense. We're no different to, say, a heap of sand. So the fourth thing, consciousness, how is it explained? By Islam. We are conscious because the one who created us is conscious. That's explained. That's the fourth thing.
I just realized I didn't see that the first time I watched the video. But your creator is conscious? First of all, how do you know that if you can't fucking test him? Oh, your holy book probably said something about that. Oh, I got you. Your holy book said it, therefore it is. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
The fifth is that we know this universe had a beginning.
How? How do you know that?
And whatever has a beginning has a cause.
How do you know that? Why?
Now, since we have this magnificent universe, we know that the cause of this universe, the cause.
Let me back up. Even for atheists, you cannot say we know for certain that the universe had a beginning. We don't know shit for certain in science. There is no we know facts, factual. This is the arrogance of what you are doing. You think you know everything for certain. You just said, we know. I am a fucking genius. Look at my awesomeness in my brain and my fucking sideburns. No, I'm sorry, but we don't know for certain that the universe had a beginning. We have evidence to back up that we think the Big Bang was a beginning. I personally think it could have been a lot of shit that happened before the Big Bang. If I start talking about it, I will probably go on a 2-hour rant about that. So I'm not even going to talk about it.
Of the Big Bang must be something powerful, must be something with knowledge, must be something with tremendous, amazing amount of control.
Why?
Over the universe.
Why?
How best do we explain the Big Bang and the beginning of the universe? Through atheism?
No,
what does it say?
Doesn't say shit.
Nothing, for nothing, and when we die we're going to become nothing.
No, it doesn't.
Or, like the Quran mentions, that the cause of the universe is the creator.
Why?
That is the fifth thing. Now the sixth thing. We as human beings have an innate belief. We have many innate beliefs. And there's been a lot of research that's been done into whether belief in God is something taught by society or is something innate.
It is.
And what we know from contemporary research, such as Dr. Justin Barrett of Oxford University, he's written a book called Why Would Anyone Believe in God? And what his studies show, and likewise those of others, is that the belief in God is something innate to the human being.
No, it's not.
Likewise, Dr. Olivia Petrovich, who herself is an atheist.
I'm sorry, but you're completely just saying bullshit now. That was just... You're babbling some bullshit right now. Sir, I'm a perfect example of someone that came out of the womb skeptical as fuck, didn't believe shit that anyone was saying about this whole God shit. Going to Sunday school, age 7 or whatever the hell I was, Sunday teacher telling me Jesus could fucking feed a couple hundred or whatever people with one fish. I'm thinking, how the fuck you do that? Bullshit, lady. Show me. She was all like, well, the Bible says so. I'm thinking, this bitch is stupid. You can't feed a couple 100,000 people or whatever with a fucking tiny ass fish. This is my young ass 7-year-old brain. So no, it's not automatically plugged into you. I doubt it, and I was skeptical to all that shit from birth. I didn't believe any of that shit. Yeah.
She says, and she's also from Oxford University, I believe. She says atheism is an acquired position. You acquire that position. By default, we have this innate thing which draws us towards the Creator. And she's an atheist. What best explains this innate belief that we have, why the majority of the world believes in a Creator, is because the Creator has actually put that inside us. Atheists may claim it's some sort of mutation, but that's not a sufficient explanation. If you look at the USSR, this was a regime which taught people from a young age till the time they got old. There is no God, there is no purpose. Religion is the opiate of the masses. Yet after the collapse of the Soviet Union, Reader's Digest magazine, they did a poll in Russia, and they found the majority of people, the vast majority of people, still had a belief in God, even though...
That is a bad argument. You expected a minority of 5% to outthrow the fucking 95% by just telling them to not believe in it.
brainwashed, or they attempted to brainwash them into disbelieving in God. So that's the sixth thing. The fact that we have innate belief is explained by Islam, not atheism. The seventh and the last. The seventh and the last is reality itself. The very fact that we exist. People always talk about proof. What is the proof for this? What is the proof for that? The reality is you cannot prove anything. Proof is just the word we use. You have many philosophers who throughout history
The fuck? Let me just touch on the proof part. You just completely denounce a whole profession, a whole fucking work, and that profession is science. You pretty much just said, no, we don't need proof from science. Fuck them. That's just some shit they came up with. Fuck them. That's just a word they use. Proof. Fuck you guys. You just pretty much said that.
tried to prove basic things, such as the fact that we exist, like Descartes did. But even their attempts were futile. We cannot prove that we exist, but we know, using our common sense, that we.
You went full retard. You went there. You just went, didn't even look back. No outlast look back. No, you didn't look back. You just, it's like, hey, can I get the go to go full retard? Okay? That's what you did. Okay. You think you can't test that you exist. How about this? How about you try and, like, look in the mirror? Or you can get another person to look at you and say, hey, do I exist? Yeah. Oh shit, that's awesome. Let me ask another person. Hey, do you see me before you see me? Yeah, I see you. Awesome. Let me try another person. Hey, you see me? You do? Awesome. Hey, you. Can you see me? Am I invisible? You do? Fucking shit, awesome. It's that easy.
You exist. Now, what's the best explanation of the very fact that we exist? Is it that we exist and came from nothing? Or is
Nothing is a misconception of your ignorance. You need to read a science book, and I'm tired of saying this shit to people. I'm not gonna say I'm tired of saying this to theists. I'm tired of saying this to people. Even fucking some atheists do this. Some people just do this. They don't understand the term nothing. Simplicity. When we say when Lawrence Krauss's book, A Universe from Nothing, your mind is thinking 0 plus 0 equals 1. In my mind, I'm automatically thinking ahead of you. I'm thinking simplicity was a part of the 0. To break it down in a very quick and little, short-term way to explain it to you, Reader's Digest, think about it like this. This is the best way. If you don't get it, then it's going to probably go way over your head. 2 zeros, right? They're not really, you know, nothing. They're just simplistic, very simplistic. 1 0 has greater value than the other 0. One part of simplicity has another better part of simplicity than the other. I really wish the terminology of nothing was not really thrown out there. Whoever the scientist that said nothing, it completely fucked a lot of you guys' head up, because now you're literally thinking nothing. Because that's not what we're trying to say. We're not saying I can fucking make a Kamehameha wave appear out of my hand from nothing. No. We're not saying The world just was there, then shit started happening. From nothing. It was simplicity. Okay? Hope.
That we exist and we came from something. And whatever is in existence has been put into existence by something which is much higher. So these 7 points, these are explained by Islam. And they're explained by the belief that there is one creator. And this creator is not a human being in the sky. This creator doesn't have a son. This creator is beyond our imagination and is all powerful, has always existed and will always exist. This creator in Islam is called Allah.
Why?
In different languages, you have different words for the creator. Essentially, it's the same one creator.
Why?
And I want to leave you with one thing. The purpose of life in Islam is to worship the one creator alone.
Why?
And dedicate your life to doing good.
Why?
I thank you all for listening. Any good is from God, any mistake is from myself.
The reason I'm saying why is because you're just making claims. You're special pleading with claims. This is because the book says so. Okay. Why? How do you know that? Why? Anyway, long video, I know. Expect more longer videos in the future, possibly. I might even do a whole video responding to a few debates that are like an hour long, so yeah.